Federal appeals court is taking up the issue of a controversial Texas border law. This state legislation gives law enforcement the power to arrest migrants accused of crossing the border illegally. The Supreme Court allowed the enforcement of the law yesterday, while a lower court reviewed its legality. But just hours later, that appeals court blocked it and scheduled a hearing. CBS News has not been able to confirm if any migrants were arrested, though, during that brief window.
We want to bring in CBS News correspondent Omar Villafranca. He's following this for us from Dallas. Omar, it's great to see you. I want to start off with about the arguments. What are the arguments that are being made for and against SB4?
Well, this right now is going on as we speak. I actually just took out my headphones to talk to you guys because the arguments are ongoing right now. Of course, Texas wants the law to go into effect in that brief time it did earlier this week and also yesterday. But they're arguing that they have a right to defend themselves, the state of Texas does, and arrest migrants who are crossing unlawfully, not coming in at a port of entry. In layman's terms, if they see somebody crossing over the river, SB4 basically, they want the power to arrest somebody, detain them, send them through the state court system, and then a judge would have the power to send them to the border and tell them to go back to Mexico. That's the nickel version. But there is so much nuance in this that it's difficult to keep up. The DOJ and the plaintiffs are saying this is not Texas's job to do. This is all the federal government's job to do, since the United States government makes immigration laws, not the state of Texas. And they're arguing if the state of Texas did that, then there could be patched laws based on state by state on what this could look like, and it would be a complete mess. All of that is going on in far more complicated legal terms in the court right now.
Well, as we're talking about the legal terms, you've also been looking into the practicality of that and speaking with law enforcement there. Tell us how they're planning to actually enforce SB4. Do they have the funding?
No, there's no funding provisions. I talked in Webb County, which is Laredo, Texas, which is one of the busiest ports easily in Texas for bringing goods up. They told us there was no funding, there's no new vehicles. And the big thing that I've talked to for law enforcement all over the state is that there is no state guidance, and also there's no direction on how to enforce this. Now, people may hear that and say, well, you're a cop, you're a sheriff deputy, go enforce the law. There's nuance to this. A lot of it is that they are worried, deputies and police officers, that they don't want to start racial profiling somebody who they think may have crossed over illegally. That is a huge issue with departments,
right,
and rightfully so. So they're looking for guidance from the state from that, and they're saying we haven't gotten anything. So while this law was in effect for a few minutes on Monday and a few hours yesterday, they didn't have any guidance. We don't know if anyone was arrested. Granted, I have not talked to every police department and sheriff in all the counties here in Texas. We don't know if anyone was arrested, but that's something that they are looking for guidance for from the state. And they have to enforce it because the Attorney General and the state legislature pushed a law through that said if you're lax on not enforcing a Texas law, there could be problems for police departments.
So many consequences, so many layers of different issues here. Omar Villafranca, we'll let you get back to listening to this very important hearing. Thank you so much.